AP Statistics Quideo 3. Basic question. Roder Partners is planning a major investment. The amount of profit, X, is uncertain, but a probabilistic estimates gives the following distributions in millions of dollars. Profit 1, probability 0.1. Profit 1.5, probability 0.2. Profit 2, probability 0.4. Profit 4, probability 0.2. Profit 10, probability 0.1. Basic question part A. Find the mean profit, mean X, and the standard deviation of the profit. To do this, I used my calculator. First, I hit Stat, then I clicked Enter so it would hit Edit. Then I inserted my list 1 was the profit, and then my list 2 was the probability. Then I clicked Stat, then I hit the over arrow to calc, and then I clicked Enter to get a one variable stat. The one variable stat looks like this. I inserted L1 for the list and the L2 for the frequency list, and I clicked Enter to calculate. I came up with this. So the mean equals 3, and the standard deviation is 2.5199. Roder Partners owes its source of capital a fee of $2,000,000 plus 10% of the profits, X. So the firm actually retains Y equals 0.9X minus 0.2 from the investment. Find the mean and the standard deviation of Y. To do this, I put 3, which we found was the mean of the profit, into the equation and got 2.5. And then for the standard deviation, I multiplied what we got for the standard deviation of the profit by 0.9. For the mean, I got 2.5. By the standard deviation, I got 2.26791. Advanced question. An insurance company estimates that on average it should make an annual profit of $150 on each homeowner's policy written, with a standard deviation of 6,000. Part A. What reasons may contribute to such a large standard deviation? Most of the data is very similar. Not many people need to use their insurance, so usually it's 0. When someone does need to use it, though, they normally use a lot of it. Part B. If the insurance company writes only 2 of these policies, what are the mean and the standard deviation of the annual profit? To do this, I used the formula for standard deviation, and I got $8,485.28. For the mean, I did X1 plus X2 and got $300. Part C. If the company writes 10,000 of these policies, what are the mean and standard deviation of the annual profit? For this, I did almost the same thing, but just changed the number. So I did use the standard deviation formula, and I got $600,000 for standard deviation, and I got the mean was $1,500,000. I did X1 plus X2 plus X3, and so on and so on. Part D. Is the company likely to be profitable? Explain. Yes, the expected value is very high. I used the z-score formula to find the z-score of negative 2.5, And then I used the table to find that it's equal to 0.9938, which is very high. AP question. When a tractor pulls a plow through an agricultural field, the energy needed to pull that plow is called the draft. The draft is affected by the environmental conditions such as soil type, terrain, and moisture. A study was conducted to determine whether a newly developed hitch would be able to reduce draft compared to the standard hitch. A hitch is used to connect the plow to the tractor. 2 large plots of land were used in this study. It was randomly determined which plot was to be plowed using the standard hitch. As the tractor plowed that plot, a measurement device on the tractor automatically recorded the draft at 25 randomly selected points in the plot. After the plot was plowed, the hitch was changed from the standard one to the new one, a process that takes a substantial amount of time. Then, the second plot was plowed using the new hitch. 25 measurements of draft were also recorded at randomly selected points in this plot. Part A. What was the response variable in this study? The response variable was the amount of draft. Identify the treatments. The treatments were the new hitch and the standard hitch. What were the experimental units? The experimental units were the 2 plots of land. Part B. Given that the goal of the study is to determine whether a newly developed hitch reduces draft compared to the standard hitch, was randomization used properly in the study? Justify your answer. Yes, both treatments were randomly assigned to one of the 2 experimental units, as it says in the question. Part C. Given that the goal of the study is to determine whether a newly developed hitch reduces draft compared to the standard hitch, was replication used properly in the study? Justify your answer. No, both hitches and plots were not switched. Only one of them was switched. In the problem, it says that the second plot was plowed using the new hitch. It doesn't say that they switched it correctly. Part D. Plot of land is a confounding variable in this experiment. Explain why. Each hitch was only used on one plot. This means you can't know for sure if any differences are from the hitch or the plot. That's all. Thanks for watching.